In this lecture, we are going to see about web security. In previous lectures, we saw about email security, PGP, and MAME. So now we are going to see what is web security. So there are two securities in web security. One is SSL and TLS. SSL is secure socket layer. TLS is transport layer security. So what is web security? Nowadays, website widely used by business, government, or individual users. But there are several threats or vulnerabilities to be occurred in website. So the number of threats are integrity, confidentiality, denial of service, and authentication. These are the threats or attacks to be occurred in website. So we need some security mechanism to provide security or to recover from that threats. So the security measures or services are to obtain integrity, confidentiality, authentication, denial of service. So to improve integrity, we need some modification of data. That is, we have to insert some of the data in the existing data or information. To obtain confidentiality, we have to perform eavesdropping on the network that can be prevented by an encryption method, and also theft from server machine. So to improve authentication, we can protect the data by avoiding data forgery by the third person or hackers. So the final one is denial of service. We know what is DOS. So these are the services or mechanisms to be provided by the web security. So SSL and TLS. SSL is secure socket layer and TLS is transport layer security. Both are used to provide the transport connection that to be secured between the applications or end users, server and browser, or server and client. SSL was developed by Netscape and it is a version of 3.0. It can be implemented in many web browsers, that is Internet Explorer and Netscape Navigator. Version 3 was specified in Internet Draft 1996. TLS can be viewed as SSL version 3. So let us see. First we will see what is SSL. So SSL was developed by Netscape and it is a cryptographic protocol to secure network across the connection oriented layer, that is TCP. So any program using TCP can be modified to use SSL connection, because SSL used in connection oriented protocol, so that can used by TCP protocol. SSL connection uses TCP or IP protocol or socket. SSL is flexible, which symmetric encryption, that is message digest and authentication can be used. SSL provides the special technique or method is data compression. So these are the some of the usages of SSL, which is used to authenticate the server to the client. And the second usage is it allow the client and server to select the particular cryptographic algorithms, that can be anything that is either public or private. And third usage is it is optionally authenticate the client to the server, but it does definitely authenticate server to the client, but it is optional to authenticate client to the server. And another usage is which is mainly used in the public key encryption techniques to generate the shared secret key between communication parties. And the final usage is which is used to establish the encrypted SSL connection. So some of the services which are provided by SSL. So SSL which is used to provide client server authentication, that is public key cryptography and confidentiality authentication. SSL does not provide traffic analysis and TCP implementation oriented attacks. So there are two important points in SSL. One is connection and session. So what is connection and what is session? Connection is nothing but it is a transport that provides a service. Every connection is associated with some session, but session is an association between the client and server, which was created by the handshake protocol. It is one of the component of SSL. So the state information, that is SSL session is stateful when the SSL initialize and maintain the session state information on the side of the session. SSL session can be used for several connections, that is connection oriented protocol TCP or IP. So let us see briefly about SSL. SSL is a secure protocol which runs above TCP or IP and which is used to encrypt the data and authenticate servers to identify securely. So there are two layers, one is application layer and the transport layer. There are many layers. Now we will see these two layers only, application layer and transport layer. So the application layer, applications are HTTP, FTP, FTPs and SMTPs. These are the applications to be used used for security purpose. And transport layer, that there is two, one is TCP or IP. So SSL is also the transport layer which is used or which is runs above TCP or IP layer. So these are the components of SSL, or it is called as SSL stack. Stack is mainly used for storage purpose. So SSL have to maintain some of the component to provide security in websites. So the first component is SSL handshake protocol, SSL change cipher specification protocol, SSL alert protocol and SSL record protocol. These are the four important components of SSL because other component TCP IP we already know. So there are four important components in SSL. Let us see one by one. The first one is SSL handshake protocol. It is the security algorithm and parameters, and this protocol is mainly used for key exchange purpose and which is used to server authentication and optionally client authentication. So what is SSL record protocol? In SSL record protocol there are four important operations to be performed. One is fragmentation, compression, authentication and encryption. Third component is SSL alert protocol. It is nothing but which is used to send some alert message or warnings. So fourth component is SSL change cipher specification protocol. It is a single message that indicates the end of the SSL handshake or communication. So already we know what is the difference between session and communication. Session is an association between client and server. The sessions are stateful, which means the session state includes security algorithms and parameters. Connections of the same session share the session state, and the sessions are used to avoid expensive negotiation. So SSL architecture mainly having two things, one is session and a connection. So session is an association which was created by handshake protocol. It is used to define multiple parameters. So connection means it is transient and peer-to-peer and communication link between two parties associated with one SSL session. So SSL record protocol is one of the component of SSL which is mainly used to provide two services. One is confidentiality and integrity. So confidentiality is achieved by using some algorithms, that is DIS, IDEA and 3DIS. These are the algorithms to be used to provide confidentiality service. And message integrity is achieved by using MAC, that is message authentication code. So next component is record layer. Here also there is four operations to be used: fragmentation, compression, encryption, fragmentation. These are the operations to be used in record layer. It is one of the component of SSL. So chain cipher specification protocol is nothing but which is used to indicate the end of the SSL operation. It is a single message. Notify the other party to use the new cipher suit before the finishing of the message. So SSL alert protocol is nothing but it is a single alert or warning messages because it is an unexpected message or bird record, decompression failure, handshake failure, illegal parameters. So these are the some of the points to indicate the user or client by sending some alert or warning messages. So this is also the same SSL alert protocol. explain the severity of the message and the description. It is immediate termination, and other connections in a session may continue. So individual single alert message is sent by the SSL to um, alert the user to terminate the particular connection or a session. Alerts are compressed same as other data. So these are the format of SSL record protocol. Already I said SSL record component having 4 operations. So initially the first one is application data. The data have to be performed. Fragmentation operation is nothing but we have to split the data, and then we have to perform the operation compress. So the single data can be compressed into another data, and then we have to perform MAC function, which means we have to add some of the data that is appended at the end of the original message. After adding MAC, we have to perform some encryption process. So after performing encryption, we have to add some SSL header in the beginning of the original message. So these are the operations to be performed in SSL record protocol. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the previous slide. The beginning having the application data, then perform fragmentation, which means we have to split the data, and then performing compression operation, and then MAC, we have to add some more data at the end. After that we have to insert the SSL header in the beginning of the original message. So what is header? It indicates the higher level protocol used to process the fragment, and the types of changer specification protocol, alert protocol, handshake protocol, and SSL version support 3.0. So these are the MAC functions and encryption functions. So for MAC, we are using the hash functions or MD5 or SHA. So for encryption, we are using DES, IDEA, RC4 algorithms. So for block cipher, we are using DES and IDEA, 3DES, several algorithms. For stream cipher, we are using RC4. So this is the record format of SSL. Initially it having content type, what is the type of the SSL version, and major version, minor, this is the version number, and compressed length, this is the length of the original message. It is indicating length in bytes of the enclosed fragment or compressed fragment. Maximum value is 2 power 14 plus 2048. This is the length indication. Then plain text is, this is the original message which was sent by the sender. And last one is we have to add the MAC function, that is compressed data we have to add in the end of the original message, which may be having the length of 0 bytes or 16 bytes or 20 bytes. So what is SSL handshake protocol? This is the diagrammatic representation of handshake protocol. There are 4 phases. So in first phase, there are 2 parties, one is client and another one is server. So in phase 1, client is sending some hello message to server. So for that request, server sending some reply, that is server hello. So in phase 1, establish the security capabilities, which including protocol versions, ID, cybersuit, that is a single message which is used to end of the communication, and compression method. So these are the process to be done in phase 1. So in phase 2, server may send some certificate, key exchange and request certificate. Server signals end of hello message phase. So in phase 2, server send some certificate to client, and also send some key exchange protocol certificate request from client, and server hello done, which was sent from server to client. This is the phase 2. In phase 3, again client send some certificate, it is requested by the server, and also send key exchange, that also requested by server, and finally verify the certificate which was sent by server to client. And in phase 4, here they are using change cipher specification, which is used to indicating the finishing of handshake protocol. So client sending change cipher specification, it is a single message from client to server, which is indicating the finished process. So the second message indicate the finished. After receiving this change cipher specification, server again send a change cipher specification, which means the server also wants to end the communication. So they are sending the message like finished. So SSL handshake protocol having 4 phases. So in phase 1, client send hello message and the server also send hello message. In phase 2, server only send certificate key exchange messages or to client. In phase 3, client only reply to server like certificate key exchange and verification of certificate. In phase 4, client also want to terminate and server also want to terminate, so they are exchanging change cipher specification protocol. So this is the process of SSL handshake protocol. This is also the same diagrammatic representation: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. Phase 1 is nothing but negotiation of the ID between the client and server. Phase 2 is nothing but certificate sent by server. Phase 3 nothing but certificate sent from client. Phase 4 is change cipher specification protocol, which means finished handshake protocol. So SSL handshake verifies the server and allows the client and server to agree on an encryption before any data is sent out. So you can see this kind of windows while browsing in it. You are about to view pages over a secure connection. Any information you exchange with this site cannot be viewed by anyone else on the web. So this is the example this is the real-time application of SSL handshake protocol, which means we are client, we have to send some request on browser. That is done by handshake protocol. So so after receiving the request from client, the server immediately respond some messages like this windows. This is security alert. So this is an example of handshake protocol. So in SSL handshake, there is some server and client. We can communicate through internet. So server having public key and private key value. So initially client send some request to server upon receiving some service from server through net. So after receiving request from client, server obtaining the public key from client. So already we saw about these are the 4 phases in SSL handshake protocol: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. So the same concept, initially the phase 1, client communicate with server and the server also communicate with client. Phase 2, client communicate with server only. Phase 3, server only communicate with client. In last, both client and server can communicate. So these are the phase 1, 2, 3, 4 explanations are here. So this is an example of man in the middle attack. So here also server and client are there. They can communicate through internet. There is some hacker or intruder in between server and client. That's why this attack is called as man in the middle attack. So the same one, server also having private and public key, and also hacker having private and public key of their own. So hacker get the public key value of server, and actually server communicate with client through their public key. So after communicating server to client with public key, the hacker interact with server and obtain the public key value of server, and then they have to perform some attack operation on that public key value. Then again the attacker or hacker send their public key value to the client, but client understand that the message was sent from server, but actually the message was sent from hacker to client only. This is an example of man in the middle attack. And the client sending the message to server actually, but hacker to be obtain the message from client that was pretended by client to server. This is an example of man in the middle attack. This is the example of secure data on network. Same one, server and client are there. They are having public key and private key and session key also. Client having some data that have to be communicated with server. So client using some session key for secure connection. So the client send data to server, the data sent to the server side. So server performing some decryption process to get the original message. So this is the concept of certificate. Here also client and server, there server having their own private and public key. So client sending some version number, that is SSL random number, and DES algorithm, RC4 algorithm. This is the concept of SSL record protocol. So here the certificate concept is introduced. So both client and server have to be registered for their certificate and certificate authority CA, so they can communicate or transfer the information using their certificate. So this is the concept of verification of certificate. The same one, client and server having private and public key value. So the client sends some request to server. So server sending certificate to client for requesting message of client. So the client receiving certificate from server, and the client checking the certificate which was originally sent by the server. If the certificate is valid only, then the certificate, after checking the certificate by client which is the original certificate or a valid certificate, then the server has been verified and authenticated. Now client can encrypt the key value to send by server. And also this is the security alert window box. You can also see that this kind of window while browsing in net for security alert. So this security alert to be displayed while you can't while you can perform or transmit any data from client to server. If the certificate is not valid, then this type of security alert to be displayed. So this is then also an example of a handshake protocol. Client and server, client send a hello message to server, and server also send a hello message to client. After that server sending certificate key exchange protocol to client in phase 2. So in phase 3, client also sending key exchange and certificate to server. In final phase, they have to change cipher specification protocol to end the connection or communication. The same 4 phases are there. Phase 1, this is the phase 1. Client and server exchange the message hello, and this is phase 2. This is phase 3. This is phase 4, that is finishing the execution or communication. So this is all about SSL. So next one is transport layer security, TLS. So transport layer is run above internet network layer, that is run above network access layer. So transport layer is performed under application layer, that is SSL. So there are two hosts. One is host A and host B. So in between there are some routers. They have to maintain some routing table to find the best route to send the packet from source to destination. So first one is application level, next one is transport layer, after that network layer, last one is data link layer. So transport layer, which is used to provide services to the application layer, which runs above transport layer. So these are the services to be provided by transport layer to application layer. The first service is connection oriented or connectionless transport layer, and reliable or unreliable, and security. So these are the services to be provided by TLS, transport layer security. And the security requirements are key management, confidentiality, authentication, reputation, and integrity. So what is the advantage of by using TLS? It does not require enhancement to each application. So what are the disadvantages of by using TLS? Obtaining user context gets complicated, and the protocol specification is also difficult, which is need to be duplicated for each transport protocol, and need to maintain context for connection, which is not currently implemented for UDP, user datagram protocol. So these are the some of the disadvantages of using transport layer security. So transport layer security protocols support both connection oriented and connectionless. So for connection oriented, they have to use SSL, already VISA, and TLS transport layer security, encrypted session manager ESM. So for connectionless protocol, they can use security protocol, that is SP4, and TLSP, transport layer security. So these are the TLS protocol stack. It is similar to SSL, handshake protocol, change cipher specification protocol, alert protocol, and HTTP. The new one is heartbeat protocol. This is the new one in TLS except SSL. So TLS make use of TCP, which is mainly used for reliable and end-to-end data transfer communication, and which is mainly used to add security features like reliable and secure connection between end to end. TLS is not a single protocol, it is a two layers of protocol. So these are the concept of TLS, that is the TLS session and connection. Session is nothing but is an association between client and server. Connection means which is transient and peer-to-peer and secure communication link. Session versus connection. Sessions are used to avoid expensive negotiation for cryptographic parameters for each connection. This is also similar like SSL record protocol. So initially we are having application data, then we have to perform fragmentation on application data, and then performing compression, and then add appended message that is added at the end of the original message by using MAC function. Then encryption operation is performed. After that we have to append TLS in the beginning of the original message. So the header field format having it is similar like SSL, it having content type, change cipher specification, minor and major version, compressed length, and original plaintext message, which was performed by MAC function. So it is similar like SSL. So from this we have to know we know what is web security, what is SSL, and what is TLS, transport layer security, not TSL, TLS, and what is handshake protocol, and what are the services provided by web security.